Sometimes I crave for local meal delicacy with its natural ingredient glamours. And now, I came up with this local and concoction jollof rice recipe, which I firstly made for my family, and the result was mananash. So, I decided to evangelize the goodness of this recipe to you, my wonderful audience. The recipe is simple. The ingredient is natural and the taste is a nightmare. Please watch and duplicate. Hello, it's Chinedo Vincent from salpesfoodblog.com, and we teach you how to make pastries, snacks, and lunch packs. Subscribe for more valuable food contents ahead. It's actually a local and concoction jollof rice recipe today. We will be using a local rice grain for this very yum. Mind you that our local rice here is usually embedded with some chaff, stones and debris. So it is your duty to clean it up and remove the extraneous part. Once you can clean up your local rice properly, you can actually use it for any form of jollof. After all, it is cheaper and has more nutritional value, in case you don't know. We are actually using 4 cups of rice, and the rest of the recipe would be introduced to you at the course of this video. So, carefully select the wanted rice grain from the unwanted chaffs and stones using any method that is most convenient for you. For this tutorial purpose, I am using a sorting and separation method. And once you're done with the sorting and separation process, simply add some water and wash by squeezing the grains in between your fingers. This process will help to extract the dirt and cause them to dissolve in water. Strain out the dirty water and wash again. I washed twice and stopped because I'm still gonna wash again after parboiling. So after adding sufficient amount of water to cook the rice, allow to cook them at medium heat. And hey, here are the rest of the ingredients needed for this very wonderful local rice and concoction jollof. More than half of the pepper was used, the crayfish, the smoked mackerel fish, which will debone and use at the course of the preparation, the fermented oil bean seed known as opaka, which will be sliced and used, some Irish potato, but you can skip Irish if you don't want to add Irish, onion ball, and guess what? This is fresh locust bean, and this is the chief celebrant of this meal. The presence of this locust bean will do good to this rice, trust me. We are not cooking this rice with water, so the tomato will provide the moisture needed for us to cook this rice properly. Our garlic, our ginger, our seasoning cube, and our kpomo as well. I intended to prepare this meal as fast as possible, so we'll begin by preparing and slicing every sliceable, ranging from our onion, which will provide a great flavoring attribute to this rice, the chopped tomato, which will be providing some moist to this particular rice, is chopped as well into tiny cube-like form, just as you can see. Clean up the Irish potatoes and then remove the peels completely. Then you can wash them and slice them into lighter sizes and chopped into cube shapes, just like so. Pack them into a plate and set them aside while we move into our pepper. And as for the pepper, We have actually reduced them to the exact quantity we need. Then we are going to chop them into tiny particle size. Generally, I prefer to chop them for this particular recipe. This is because chopped vegetables like pepper and co offers some unique sensual properties towards the appearance of this jollof rice. Yeah, addition of tiny chunks of kpomo to this rice, oh my goodness, catapulted everything about the rice into a greater level. Please don't cook this rice if you are not adding kpomo, no matter how small. Our crayfish is pounded and our fish deboned. So it's now time to check our rice. Well, the water is almost dried up, but the rice is still half done. So we're gonna add some water and wash the rice off as I promised earlier before now. And once you're done washing, put it in a sieve and allow to drain while we move to the next and most important phase of this cooking. So set your empty pot at medium heat and allow to heat up. Introduce your oil and allow to be brought to a smoking temperature by the heat. And once the oil is hot and smoky, introduce your chopped onion and stir fry for a while. Then allow the onion to saute in the oil until the onion is about to caramelize and the rice beginning to turn brown. It is only then you can now incorporate your chopped scotch bonnet pepper. Support the heat with stir frying and allow to combine. And once you're done, you can cover your lid and allow to simmer for just half of a minute. Then introduce your fresh locust beans at this moment. And we will be frying the fresh locust beans for some time before adding other ingredients. So we're going to introduce our Irish potato right now because it will be needing some heat to cook properly. I would be adding some ginger into the sauce, and if you're using this kind of grater, this is the exact place I normally use for this. So I will simply scrape the ginger into my sauce. And next is my chopped kpomo, and as I stir to combine everything completely. And when you are done stirring, then go ahead and add your diced oil bean seed, that is the opaka. Wow, this is something else. Please, this recipe is a must-try recipe. Then your crayfish goes in next. I just like to combine them individually, just to ensure that everything we are adding is moving to their respective destination. Man, this local rice gets swag. It has future. I think now we can add our seasoning salt, seasoning cubes as well, and then mix them to combine very well. Our smoked mackerel will go in next. So what we'll just do is to remove the bones and simply add them into our sauce. Now lastly, our tomato will come in. Now in this recipe, fresh tomato is added last because we don't want to fry it for long. We want it to provide the moisture that is needed to cook this rice. So as soon as we add our tomato, we'll just allow to saute for a while before we start combining the rice. So delicious. So we'll just go ahead and cover the pot and allow to steam up just a little while. And yes, our sauce is doing greatly well, and the aroma in this kitchen is, oh my god. Just take a look at this, guys. Take a good look. My goodness, this is overwhelming. So now that everything is properly set, the sauce is ready, it's time to introduce our half-cooked rice and mix and allow to cook. So to do that, we'll be adding it bit by bit until we exhaust all the rice. Now in this recipe, we are going to cook the rice from the steam and the liquid moist from the tomato. Adding water will dilute the taste of the rice and also make it soggy. And we don't want that. So we are not adding any water. Man, check and balance this rice now. So just go ahead and cover your pot and allow to cook for like 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, yeah, the rice is ready. So let us quickly serve the rice and garnish it with some more red pepper. You can check out the rice, the look of the rice. The red oil color on it is authentic. Now the flavor and the combination of the chopped cow skin, the oil bean seed and the locust bean combination, oh my goodness, you can see it even has a gumming property unlike the normal concoction rice. Please just try this rice using this exact method and this exact recipe and let me know your result. I tell you, this rice is sweeter than the combination of party jollof and fried rice mixed together. Please subscribe to my channel because I'll be bringing you wonderful yummy recipes like this with a good preparation methods. Until I come your way, visit us at salpesfoodblog.com. Bye.